Okay, so this is what I've got today. It's pretty foggy down here. As they say in London, it's a pea super. You can't see much. I can't even see the tide line. I can't. So the Thames is out there somewhere. I promise you. Well, I hope it is. Well, maybe not actually. I hope it's way out. But yeah, this is what I've got to work with today. So let's see what we can find. Let me just. So here I am. You can see I've got a torch on my head. Hopefully, as the day goes on, it'll get a bit better, and it'll clear up. I can still see the foreshore. You know, it's looking out that's the problem, and looking forward as well is the problem. So I can still see. It is a bit mucky that I can see here, as it usually is in the early morning tides. It usually gets mucky, but as the tide goes out, then it usually gets a bit better. So look at that behind me. Look at that, eh? That's beautiful. Don't know what that is. I don't know if that's the light or the sun. But anyway, it's -3 degrees. It's pretty cold. I'm well wrapped up. I've grown the beard especially for this morning. So yeah, let's see what we can find and hopefully find something nice for you. Let's see what we can do. You can see here all the mud. You know, this is a common feature on the foreshore, unfortunately. The boat traffic slows down a bit during the evening, so there's nothing cleaning the foreshore. I'm hoping as I get closer to the see there, one of the Uber boats. I think, no, I don't even know if it is. I think it is an Uber boat actually, but how they can see anything out there, I'll never know. There's actually a barge there or something, I think. So let's see how we go on. If all of a sudden you find me back in the house and talk to you, then you know I've given up. But let's see how we go on. We'll give it a go. You never know. So here's the first find list here. I find this a lot down here actually. It's from a sugar cone where I think it was the late 19th century, and they used to put the sugar in here and make it into a big block, I believe. You know, and if you just look closely here, you can still see the remnants of the sugar around there. Yeah, and it was like a big cone shaped, big bowl, where they would put the sugar in, let it solidify, and then sell it like that, I believe. So yeah, that's what a sugar cone. I'll put a little picture up of it so you can see what it looked like when it was complete. So yeah. Just found a little patch that doesn't have any muck, and I can just see this here. I haven't touched it yet, so I'm hoping that it's going to be something good. It doesn't look coin shaped. I don't even know if it is. I don't think it is now. Nope, it's not. Ah well, first bit of excitement. A little bolt. I'm going to have a little scrape in this area here, see if there's anything lurking below that sand there. See if I can see anything under there. Can't see anything there. But yeah, we'll have a little go here, and if I find anything I'll be back. Okay, so just here you can see the edge, I hope. Well, I'm hoping there's a coin. Could be another little piece of metal there to fill us. Who knows? How I'm going to get it out. Oh, it's not a coin actually, it's a piece of rubber, look. It's a piece of rubber, there you go. Another one that's fooled us. But we continue. The hope is in little areas like this is as you pull stuff back, you're always hoping that you're going to find something lurking beneath. Doesn't happen too often, well not to me anyway. But you just never know. Wouldn't it just be great to turn something over and there would be a big gold coin or something? Wouldn't that be amazing? So what I'll do is I'll have a little scrape here, see if there's anything underneath. As you can see, I've just turned over most of it and there's nothing lying there, but we'll have a little scrape here and see if we can find anything. And like always, if there is, you'll see it. As you can see, it is a bit muddy down here today. Very muddy actually. I think with the weather the way it was last night and this fog, there's been hardly any boat traffic. I can see another little round object, if you can see it, just here. Again, I've not picked it up. I like to show you what I'm seeing, and if it is anything or not, I'm not sure. It does look like there, it does have a little bit, maybe a button or something. Not 100% sure. Does look like it had something on that end, maybe a little shank there. Not sure, I'll take it with me just in case once it gets. So I think that's a little button. As I say, I'm not 100% sure. There is a little clear patch here. I might give it a scrape. I'm not very hopeful, but I'll give it a scrape, see if there's anything underneath this. Because that little button-like item is down there, you never know. So give it a go. And again, if there's anything, I'll be back. Well, I need to be honest here, I don't see things improving, to be honest with you. It's, as you can see, the muck is terrible. I know it's called mudlarking, but there's only so much you can do, you know. I don't think I'm really going to see anything through this mud. It is very, very, very foggy, very muddy. There's obviously not been much boat traffic last night, so therefore I'm not in the best situation here. But you know what, I'm going to keep walking up and see if it improves as I walk up back towards where I came from. If not, then I'm just going to have to call it a day really, because as I said, I can't see anything. I can't see anything. I can see what's in front of me, but all I can see is mud, as you can see. You know, it's not always as bad as this. You know, usually when the tide is going out, it gets better, but it's not getting any better today, just for the very fact that there has been more than likely no boat traffic last night due to that. You know, I can hardly see the water in front of me. You know, it's really foggy, so I hope we all understand where I'm coming from. Here we go, just oh, take this off. Got a bally clamour on. I don't know if you can hear me there. Anyway, a little a little tool of some sort. Looks like a small pickaxe. Don't know how old it is, if it is old at all. Just a little pickaxe. Do I take it? The thing is, once that comes out the water, that's just going to, that wood is going to disintegrate. It's not going to be much use to man or beast. I don't think it's that old. I don't know whether to take it or not, or just leave it for someone else. I think I'll just leave it, because as I said, that wood will just, once it dries out, it will just come apart unless you can treat it, and I don't really want to do that. I don't think it's that old, so I'll just leave it behind for somebody else who may like to have it. Just here, there's a little bud, and that looks like, is that a little one? Looks like it's been made out of the oyster shell that you find down here. I did have another a video or two ago, I can't remember. Sorry, a video or two ago I did tell you about the oyster shells with the holes in them, and I wasn't sure why they had the holes in them. Some are round, some are square, and somebody did suggest it might be to make buttons. So yeah, that's a nice little find actually. I'm quite happy with that. Somebody has actually sat down here and taken the time to cut a little circle out an oyster shell and make herself a button. Either they've used it or they've been unlucky enough to lose it, and I've came along and found it. So yeah, that's a nice little find when I thought I wasn't going to find much because of the muck. But here we go, I found something, so that's nice. There is a little clear patch here, as you can see, a tiny little bit, but it does go back. So as the tide's receding, it's not much to work with, to be honest with you, so I really don't know what I'm going to find, if anything. You know, so you just have to bear with me today. Hopefully as we go along we'll see something else. That's the plan, but just don't know what I'm going to find, if anything. You know, it is still quite murky, as you can see. It's not ideal for mudlarking. The Thames has disappeared. You know, there's that one little boat there is ferrying people to and from a big military ship that's parked just there, but you can't see it. Oh, sorry, moored just there. So yeah, I wish I had that. You could see what I did see yesterday, so I know what's sitting there. So just down here I can see a little piece of pottery, but I have looked at the side of it and there is something on it. I think it says the boar hunt. But, yeah, it does, the boar hunt. That gives me something to research when I get home. Hopefully find you some information, hopefully find a photo of the full thing I can put up and show you. So yeah, so this is just before I leave. I've now exhausted everywhere where there's a little bit of foreshore, so just leave with that and I'll see you around. There we go, just as I've come off, the little brass doorknob, pretty old but looks it. I'll take that. Okay, so here's a little roundup of everything that we found today. First thing we found was this. I say we because I think that you're part of this journey, you know, and you know, it's not all about me, you know, you're watching this, so this is the first thing that we found, you know. I'm doing this for my love of mudlarking and also to show people what I find. You know, I wish I'd done this earlier in my journey. I'm coming up to 3 years in February of doing mudlarking, so yeah, I wish I'd done this earlier, but I didn't. You know, I started when I started, and so you can see everything. And what I'm going to do around about February time, when it is my 3 year anniversary of mudlarking, I'm going to do a little finds, my best finds, all the little bits and pieces. I'm waiting for a few things to come back from the Museum of London that have been recorded on the website, over 300-year old and are of historical interest. So once I get them back, then I can do a little video and show you my best finds. You know, and I'll start off with this. This is the little piece of sugar cone. This is the top of it. And as you turn it round, you can see just here, you can still see the sugar, the mark of the sugar that was left inside it all those years ago. You know, and they stopped using these in the late 19th century. So there's a good few hundred years of lying on that foreshore between then and now, and it's still got that sugar in it, you know, so it must have been used a few times, I guess, to collect the sugar, you know, and these were used by the earliest refiners, as I said, through to the late 19th century. The moulds were necessary to hold the hot sugar as it crystallised. The mould, this mould would have sat in a jar, you know, so you'd have had a jar at the bottom here, the mould inside it like that. So the sugar would have been inside there, and as the sugar, as it crystallised, this the jar would collect the molasses and the syrup that drained from the sugar, so nothing was wasted, nothing at all was wasted. So yeah, it's old. You know, I just thought I'd pick that up just so I could show you what you find on the foreshore. Also, wouldn't it be great to find a full one of them? You know, I don't think there's lots and lots of scrap pieces of this in the area that I was in today. Lots of it, you know, but I've never seen anything. I'd love to see the bottom of it. Well, this is the bottom, sorry. I'd love to see the top of it. You know, like the cone shape. So yeah, and the next little find, I believe, was this button here. This little button now I know it's a button. I couldn't see it was a button when I first picked it up, but now I know it is because it does have a little shank. I don't know if you can see that. It's bent over there. So I'm guessing that's like, wait, about the 1800s, this little button. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just having a guess at this. You know, again, I'm not an expert by far, anywhere near being an expert. You know, I'm just picking it up as I go along. You know, so yeah, that's a little button. And then I found another little button. This one by far is my find of the day. Somebody actually took the time and cut this out of an oyster shell. Sat there, put holes in it. I don't know if it ever made whatever it was going on to. I don't know. It could have and then fell off onto the foreshore, or it could have been dropped after they made it, after all their hard work, dropped it and never seen it again. And then all of a sudden, here we are all those years later. I'm just walking in the right place at the right time and I find it. You know, so yeah, that's my find of the day. You know, it doesn't look much, but it really is. It's a lot to me. You know, it's just the thought that somebody went through all that time to make that on their own. You know, there was no machinery involved. It was just all made by hand. You know, and this is the little boar hunt. The boar hunt. I have looked online. I can't see anything. Unfortunately, I've tried to see if I can see any pottery that has this on it. I can't. I've googled it. I've had a look. I still can't see anything. There's a guy called Richard Emery. He's very knowledgeable with pottery and stuff. He has subscribed to my channel, so hopefully, if he is watching, he might be able to tell me a little bit more about this, you know. So, or if any of you lovely people out there who have subscribed would like to tell me a little bit more, if you know anything about it, you know, it's interesting. Just that the boar hunt, you know, I'd love to see what this looked like, and when it was full, you know, and what it was. I don't know. It looks like it could have been a little vase or something like that, or a little jar. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you, but anybody knows, please comment below. And last but not least, this I found as I was standing. I was actually standing, taking off all my mudlarking clothing. So I was off the foreshore. I was looking down onto the foreshore and I seen this just sticking out, just in the sand. So I went down and got it, and I realised, do you know what? That's heavy. That's like a really heavy old doorknob there. You know, it's I'm guessing it's made of brass, Victorian, Georgian maybe. If I had somewhere to put it here in my house, I would. You know, I've got doors in my house, but I've not got anything that would fit this. You know, I think I'd need something else behind it to, if I wanted to put it on the doors. But yeah, it's really nice. I like that. Really nice. You know, it feels good in your hand as well. So yeah, that's today's finds. You know, and I hope you understand why that's all I found today. You know, and that, see, when I say that's all I found today, you know, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that sometimes when you go on the foreshore, it's not all what gold coins and hammer coins and Roman coins or buckles, shoe buckles. You know, it's not all that. You know, sometimes it's just the little things, the little tactile bits. This little bit here. If all I got today was this, I'd have been very happy. You know, because that means a lot to me. Just the fact that somebody sat and made that on their own. You know, so yeah, I'd just like to thank everybody for watching, for subscribing. The last time I looked, there was 249, I believe, subscribers, which is amazing. You know, when I set out to do this, I had no idea that people were going to subscribe. I was hoping people were going to watch, but I never ever thought anybody would subscribe to this. You know, so if you are watching and you haven't subscribed, if I could just ask you to, if possible, if you could subscribe to the channel. You know, it makes a difference. It makes a difference to me. Makes me keep moving forward. It makes me want to keep making videos. So yeah, so please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I hopefully will see you again next week. Thank you.